Growing a garden is relaxing, it's fun. If you grow some plants, well, great. If you kill all of them the first try, it's not that big of a deal. You can start over again. And there's really is something empowering about harvesting your first tomato and cooking it with your family or just slicing it up and eating it. And I really want all people to have that experience. You know, growing up, I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas, city kid, right? And we always had a little garden in our backyard, but I wouldn't say horticulture or agriculture was at the forefront of my childhood by any means. However, in high school, I got a job my senior year, in between junior and senior year, working at a plant nursery. And there I just watered plants in the greenhouse, and I fell in love with plants. I loved learning the names, I loved watching how they grow, answering customers' questions, and I just really fell in love with horticulture there. It wasn't, though, that I thought that my career would change to that. When I came here to LSU as a BS student or an undergraduate student, I actually was studying psychology and got my BS in psychology. Just so happens that one of my friends who I made here told me about a class where you could have your own garden plot. And that was Hort 2050 or general horticulture at the time. And so I just joined that class so I could grow a garden again. That was my only purpose for it. And when I took that class, I fell in love and I started taking more of the horticulture classes, propagation and fruit and nut and so on and so forth, and decided that, you know, I probably should look into this, you know, for a career. With psychology as your background or as your major, you're gonna have to go to grad school anyways, most likely. So I just switched modes and went into horticulture for my master's and PhD. Here we are today. You know, I'm a specialist for home gardens and for commercial vegetables across the state. Still work a little bit with school gardens, and I actually teach the agronomy class here at LSU as well, Introduction to Plants and People. So I've really gotten to do some neat and inspiring and different things in this career. So if I had to pick a favorite part of my job, it would actually be working with the clients, right? So I do a lot of variety trials, herbicide trials, fertilizer trials, things like that to see how we can, you know, grow better vegetables. But I really like those on-site visits. Like I love going out and visiting the farmers and talking with them in their fields and helping like address some of their issues. And that's what makes this job really fun for me. It's that plant and people interaction part of it. I feel like this has been a very rewarding career for myself, right? So, I mean, I get to do what I love. We're outside in the field, my grad students, my research associate, all of us just sweating miserable every day. But it's not just the fact that I go out and manually pick tomatoes and weigh them and see which varieties, you know, yield the most. It's when you can recommend cultivars you know a farmer is going to make a profit off of. That's what's exciting for me. It's when I can tell a home gardener some kind of practice, right, where he or she is going to get more than 2 bell peppers on a plant, and they see their plant just loaded up, and you know, they send me like an email saying, oh my gosh, thank you, I never knew about side dressing, and now I know I do this, and I'm, you know, giving all my fruit out to all the neighborhood and everything. That to me is really, really fulfilling. If I were to go back to my high school self, I probably would have never seen myself in this role, but I truly love what I do.